cool thing about it is that it's pretty interactive. Like if you're just standing there taking photos on your phone to post something on Instagram, you'll probably get a dancing woman coming and starting gyrating on your leg. Hey, it's Robert Morris from the Pulse and Virginian-Pilot back again with the weekend happenings video. If you've been missing this thing for the past month or so, we had to take some time off. It's my fault. I had to get some plastic surgery so I wouldn't look as weird when I do this. I don't think it helped though, but hey, you be the judge. Anyways, we're back with a special edition of the weekend video. This is an all St. Patrick's Day or weekend events rundown. It's a holiday I've never quite understood the appeal of, but what the heck, everyone likes to pretend they're Irish for at least, one weekend a year. And it starts off Friday night over in Ghent on Colley Avenue. There's gonna be shamrocking in Ghent. It's a block party where they celebrate all things Irish green. Anyways, there's gonna be live music, food trucks, I imagine, plenty of green beer, I have to imagine, and there'll be people smiling and raising their cups in the air to spill stuff on you, perhaps. Anyways, it should be a good time. And it's free. Of course, the food and the drinks won't be free, but you don't have to pay any cover charge to be part of it. Saturday morning, if you're not too hungover or just tired, perhaps, from Shamrock and Ghent, you can always wake up and go to the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. That goes north on Granby Street in Norfolk. Starts around, hold on, check my notes here. It starts around Northside Middle School and goes up to Ocean View. If you're a regular from here, you know how this thing goes. There's gonna be a bunch of Irish-themed floats, people dressed up like leprechauns and that kind of thing, throwing candy, throwing shamrocks. It's pretty safe, it's fun. This is probably, the most sober way to celebrate this Irish-themed holiday. And afterwards, I think they have a party that is also kid-friendly. So, if you've got the kids and you just gotta celebrate some Irish, this is probably how you wanna do it this weekend. But, if you want to get a little more wild, later on the evening, Saturday night at the Norva, you've got the Fightin' Jamesons playing. They're one of those punkish Irish rock bands where it seems like they have all these sing-along anthems that sound like they could be pirate shanties, but not really, and they could be punk songs, but not really. But either way, people love them. They'll be there at 8 p.m. with some openers, and it'll be full of the Irish spirit. Looking ahead a little bit to Monday night, which is actually St. Patrick's Day proper, the Chieftains, which is Ireland's most noted and probably celebrated Irish folk band, will be playing at the Ferguson Centre over Newport News. And this is kind of bizarre in a good way because this is the second year in a row that the Chieftains are playing Hampton Roads on St. Patrick's Day. Last year they played here in Norfolk on Sunday night, which was St. Patrick's Day last year. And it was really cool hearing like these real Irish guys doing real Irish music with some dancers who actually look like they're Scandinavian. But, whatever, Scandinavians can dance, man. We'll look past it. Anyways, it's one of those weird occurrences in culture where you can see a true Irish band on St. Patrick's Day. So I encourage it for everybody. If nothing else, the cachet of it is really cool. And as always, we're going to end this thing with the movies, which aren't really St. Patty's Day themed at all, but blame that on Hollywood, not us. The first one is Bad Words. It stars Jason Bateman as a weirdo who wants to redeem his junior high spelling bee failure by doing the spelling bee as an adult and going to the National Spelling Bee Contest and winning it, which I don't know if he wins it, but he gets to it and befriends some weird, lonely spelling kid, and they become buddies, blah, blah, blah. It looks kind of silly, but kind of fun in maybe like a, old school kind of way without Frank the Tank or Blue. Another movie is Need for Speed. This is one of those video game franchises turned film, which if you're familiar with a video game franchise, it's a bunch of fast cars doing weird things like, delivering drugs to one spot or just racing for more reputation and making sure the cops don't arrest you and that kind of thing. Stars Aaron Paul, the guy from Breaking Bad, who's always like, yo, 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 that guy? Yeah, you know him. He's the main driver in this flick, and he'll be doing things, saying things like, oh, I can't believe they let us drive these cars. They're not legal in America. So, I don't know. It looks like a Fast and Furious ripoff, but it could be fun, especially if you're into hot rods. And the last movie we will mention is The Single Moms Club. This is another Tyler Perry film that he directed and wrote and stars in, and it involves a group of moms who are apparently single, who kind of help each other out so they can party and watch over the kids, and that's all I really know about it because, as always, Tyler Perry films are kind of coated in this mild secrecy until they open. But they sell tons of tickets, and I'm sure some of you will probably go see it. And that's it. That's the rundown this weekend. Go celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Have fun. Don't be too crazy, but be a little bit crazy because that usually makes it a little better. If you need more information, check out hamptonroads.com for things to do, or grab the latest issue of Pulse. Until then, I'll talk to you later.